Good. Am I live? It's acting weird. All right, I'll give it a try. Good morning, everyone. It's Tess, and today is tip 190. And today I thought I would talk about 10 ways to create a larger comfort zone or to get out of your way and get a bigger comfort zone. And I think a lot of what I'm talking about is like this weekend I'm actually with Chris Noggle and crew. So it's been pretty awesome to meet people that I've kind of connected with for the past year, but haven't really met. So it was great. I really enjoyed yesterday, and kind of sad that today's the end of the event. But I figured I would start with something about getting out of your comfort circle, because we've all been kind of cooped up for a long time, and I do get comfortable in a comfort circle, and I want to make sure every day I'm making that circle bigger. And it just talks about the ability to take risks by stepping outside of your comfort zone is the primary way by which we grow. So comfort zones aren't about comfort. It's that we need to push the fear away. Hi, Ying. Sideways screen? Oh no, I wonder if this will work better. In the car, of course, this isn't my normal. Let's see. Oh, that doesn't look good. Okay, we'll see how this goes. So really the first, I don't know, this morning it doesn't want to work well. Here, we'll try. Well, okay. I don't know what that light is now. Oh, there we go. I don't know. I'm in a weird place. Okay, so I'll start with this. It says that the number one hint is what is outside of your comfort zone. And it said, and this was kind of a good exercise to do. It said, actually draw a circle. Write the things you're comfortable with inside the circle, and write the things that you're uncomfortable with outside the circle. Like, I put like things like making more money, meeting new people, traveling, because so many of us haven't traveled in a while. And then inside the circle, what are things that you're comfortable with? People that you know, or situations you're comfortable with. Anything. They just kind of said draw a circle, put your comfort inside, and then identify the things that you want to expand outside the circle. Because if you identify what you want to be your bigger circle, it will make it easier to achieve. The second thing I talked about is be clear about what you want to overcome. And that kind of went to like certain skills that you might have. Like, are you embarrassed by your size? Are you embarrassed by your voice? Are you embarrassed by what you look like? Are you afraid that people will ignore you? What is it that causes you to have a smaller circle? And if you can identify those, you can kind of put skills together so that you can get past them. The third thing it says, and I think this sounds almost like it came directly out of Doug V's mouth, get comfortable being uncomfortable. Are you stay uncomfortable a little longer? And what it kind of said is if you're uncomfortable in social situations, make yourself talk a few minutes longer. Like when you start to feel that discomfort, just take it a step or two longer so that you're continuing to expand and make your comfort circle bigger. The next thing it talked about is, we talk about this all the time in the challenge, make sure that you recognize that failure is just a teaching moment. And then another thing we all know too, number 5, is baby steps, small steps. Like if you have trouble socially speaking, maybe you just talk one-on-one. Then maybe you talk in small groups. Then maybe, like even for me, going live wasn't something I was ever comfortable with, and I started like at 5 a.m. with 1 minute, and eventually grew to 5 or 10 minutes. And then the doc, well, hello, Thomas, how are you? I've got Ying and Thomas this morning. Good morning, good morning. And then it talked about, you can continue to improve. And I'll say, like, even lives, those were really hard for me. And the first time the doc said, you want to go live in the Transform group and go 30 minutes, I thought I was going to die. But what's interesting yesterday is because I'm in training with Chris Noggle and Shauna and Andrew, which is part of the Money School group. It was interesting to hear people in that group or in the training talk about how they're uncomfortable with social gatherings, or they're uncomfortable that they won't be able to cut themselves off at a certain number of minutes, or that they won't be able to catch an attention of a group that's getting larger. So I think everybody has those issues to overcome. It's just what size is our issue at this point in time, because as we become comfortable with talking for 1 minute, it becomes 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, public speaking, however it goes, but every level seems to have an issue with it. So I thought that was really interesting yesterday. Then the next one is hang out with risk takers. And that's kind of what Doc V always talks about too, is that if you stay in the circle of people that are doing all the same things you're doing, there's not that growth there, that you have to reach your hand up for somebody else to pull you up to a level that may be uncomfortable, but that you can learn to be comfortable with over time. And then the seventh tip was be honest with yourself. When are you making excuses, or are you afraid? What is, like even going to this event, part of me was more afraid to go to the event. So I had to identify, was it fear, or was I labeling it, say, COVID, that was the reason I didn't go? Or was I labeling it money, or was it truly that I was fearful of going? So I think that's an important thing to do. Hi, Dolly. Hi, Patty. So, and it has been very interesting. And I'm going to say that for me, being more of a quiet, shy person, I've really enjoyed coming to this event. I've really enjoyed meeting Chris Noggle and his team that I've talked to on and off for the past year, Shauna and Andrew. It's been really nice to reach out and to see people. The next item is identify how stepping out will help you. Like a lot of what we've done in the past year is to educate ourselves so that we're ready for the next level of what our lives are going to be like. Are we going to look for new jobs? Are we going to look for new skills? What are we going to do? Are we looking for new opportunities when we go back into the workforce? Are we looking to phase into a semi-retirement? Are we looking for a completely new type of work? Yesterday I was talking about how sometimes they say if you want to expand your skills, maybe it means going into a completely new field so that you expand, going to a completely new country. So you have to learn a language, you have to learn a new network, you have to grow. And I guess that's where we all have to identify, what do we need to do to force that growth so that we don't stay stagnant? Because there is that saying that you're either growing or you're dying, and I choose to grow. I don't want to sit stagnant. I don't want to be in a puddle of water that's just getting moldy. I want to just keep growing. The next one, and this is an important one for all of us, don't take yourself too seriously. Learn to laugh, roll with the punches, poke fun and enjoy. And number 10 kind of rolls right out of number 9. Focus on the fun. Make the discovery about yourself and about new things that you never knew before. Make it fun. Focus on the fun. Make it a journey that you're truly enjoying. Good morning, good morning. So I'll kind of run through those quick, and I'll just reiterate. Today's kind of a little bit of a sad day for me because my little event will be over with today, and I'll be heading back home to what life was prior to this. But it's been so much fun, and it's been a small group. There's only about maybe 8 to 10 of us, so it's a very small group, but it's been great meeting people that maybe I've seen online, talking to people, creating connections, and also creating connections for other things that I'm going to be doing in the upcoming months. So this has been a great experience, and one that I'm really glad I didn't miss. And I did have fear about doing it, but I'm really glad I did. So I will go back over tip 190, which is really basically about 10 ways to step out of your comfort zone and to overcome fear. And really, actually, I forgot to say this, Ruth from our group is actually part of this training too. So I walked in yesterday, and right off the bat, there was somebody that I knew from Doc V's group. So it's been really kind of nice and exciting, and the beginnings of what the next levels of life are going to be. So just in a recap, tip 190, 10 ways to step out of your comfort zone. Remember, the ability to take risks by stepping outside of your comfort zone is the primary way by which we grow. Comfort zones aren't about comfort. It's about pushing the fear away. The first tip is draw a circle, put the things you're comfortable with inside that circle. The things you want to expand to make your circle bigger, put them outside, because if you identify them and see them almost like our vision boards, it will help you to push past your comfort into doing the things you don't want to do. It says, be clear about what you want to overcome. I think for some of us, I was thinking a lot about this yesterday or this morning. A lot of overcoming for me is probably related to being heavier and the blocks that I put up for myself because I was heavier. I didn't want to travel because what if I didn't fit in the seat? I didn't want to travel because what was I embarrassed? Would everybody be watching what I ate? I didn't want to travel because I didn't think I had a voice, or I didn't think that, I thought maybe I'd be ignored. And what I think I'm starting to realize is that some of those hang-ups which were imposed by me, I'm totally responsible for them, are actually things that were attributable to my size. And those are things I'm going to have to break through, because they're no longer who I am. They're probably never who any of us ever were, but we felt kind of forced into that circle. So now's the time we break all those barriers, break all those walls down, and experience life new in this new body and in this new life that we're living. The next thing was get comfortable being uncomfortable. And all they were saying is just be uncomfortable a teeny bit longer. If you can't go live for 1 minute, try 1.5 minutes. Just slowly expand it and make it more. Failure is a teaching point. We've talked about that many times in Doc V's. Baby steps. If you're uncomfortable with group, if you're uncomfortable talking publicly, talk to 2 people, 3 people, small group, big group. And like I was saying yesterday, people were talking about being speakers and how they might be uncomfortable when it comes to a group of 300, and some of us are uncomfortable with a group of 2. So it's interesting that everybody has these same, it just may be at a different level because their comfort circle, they've worked over the years to make it bigger. Hang out with risk takers, because you have more comfort. You know, like for me traveling, this was easier to travel because I knew that there would be people that I had met and seen before. And I kind of set up what I'm doing in the next few months based on people that I've had connections with, because there was comfort in not going totally blindly into something. So I totally agree with that. And the next item was be honest with yourself. Is it fear driving you? Or is it truly that you have no time? Because a lot of us claim no time. And I know in my case, sometimes I claim no time or no money. And money's always an issue for everyone. But hey, that's what this training is with Chris is all about. But is it no time or is it fear? And that's what I have to identify more often now. Number 8 was identify how stepping out will help you. And again, taking the small steps. Number 9 is don't take yourself so seriously. Lighten up, learn to laugh, roll with the punches. Poke fun and enjoy. And the 10th one is just remember, the fun of discovery is learning new things about yourself. Make it fun and it will go a lot easier for you. I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. I'll be back in training very, very soon. I will touch base with you guys in the Transform group tomorrow night. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you guys all very much. And if you haven't, do something you haven't done in a while today. It is kind of fun. I was nervous and now it's really kind of sad. I'm kind of sad that it'll be done today. But that just means I'm closer to the next one. And you guys have a beautiful day, and thank you so much. I appreciate you all.